Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the WNX Windowing Show. We're gonna be going over some new hardware and shit that I got in, and some tips, some pro tips for CS:GO, so you can P250 headshot window and boom shakalaka daka, just like me. Then teabag them in the face. Alright, first off, I want to talk about little next-gen sensations. I got my hands on the chipset that's going to be in the upcoming Xbox and the upcoming PS4. I almost said 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like Quake. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 Quakes. There's gonna be 4 PlayStations now too. Anyway, the CPU is very advanced. It's called an Intel i46SX, and as you can see here, it was made in a place called Malay. I don't even know if that's a country or a city or what, but there it is. Probably can't even read that, can you? There we go, Malay. It's very interesting that they went with the Malay Intel. The i48 SX, according to the specs here, is far above the above. It's far above the Sandy Bridge bullshit they have going on now in the i7. Fuck that. i7, i486. That's like 2 more digits. That's in the hundreds. You have an i7, an i5, if you're a noob, or you can have an i46. So apparently that's what the next gen consoles are going with, at least with Sony and Microsoft. You know what I mean? Okay. And then this just in. Alright, this you guys are gonna like. This Windows, in my opinion. First, put this CPU back in its top secret case. Now, ready. The controller. Oddly enough, for the Xbox, the controller developed by Sega. Now it has that touchscreen they talked about. It's a touchscreen, and they call it a Sega Nomad. It's got 6 buttons. It's got, a D-pad. There's the power button. That's some kind of Ethernet cable or some shit. And then everything's downloadable. So this is your hard drive right here. And this is Sega, because Sega's working on the Microsoft shit because they're outsourcing to India, and to North Korea and India. It's a joint thing. You know what I mean? And basically, so here's the hard drive. It's about 100 terabytes, I believe. 100 terabytes. Is that right? Yeah, Sega 100 terabytes. And then on the bottom here, you have your different inputs. You got your HDMI port right here. Right here you have that's just mic out. Really interesting is for the split right here. Now you can use a controller. This is the controller. It's also got the touchscreen. Or there it is. Okay. You can plug something like this in. Oh, wrong example. Anything that is the correct pin size. So that includes old shitty mice. Although not all mice are old and shitty. Although some mice are old. Pros use one specific mouse we'll get to in a second. But so you can put a different type of adapter in. So that's brilliant of Sega / Microsoft. And apparently the Sony one is going to be basically the same exact thing, same size screen, same buttons, everything. It's just going to be manufactured by THQ and Atari. And now that you guys see the controller, you should see the system, okay? Let me get it. Alright, console kitties, prepare to get blown away. This is the 720, Xbox 720 design. Okay, now basically, these these are the wired controllers. Well, obviously I already showed you the wireless controller. That's read through the center over here. But these are the whole home like marketing thing they're doing about like a home TV system and shit like that, with like home entertainment system. Here's your controller, man. And channels up down like a D-pad. Nah, you got a circular. It's circular. It's like a wheel. It's like the Rainbow song. But yeah, circled. I mean, shit. But you guys probably want to see the exact design. And then here's where you put the external hard drive. You can use any external hard drive. And there's some advanced Japanese melting of plastic, then putting it together. I thought they were going to make it metal this time, but apparently not. Metal! But yeah, so there you go. It's caught on my headphones. Oh lord, what do I do? I'm having a panic attack. I'm on television. Ha ha ha. My headset is caught. Ha ha ha. So you guys probably heard about Gabe Newell, right? Like, him and Carmack have been doing this whole VR headset thing, but they want to immerse you in even more. So now they partnered with Nintendo to come out with this thing called the Rumble Pack. See it? Basically, you just plug it in. You know what I mean? Like. That's not cool, but apparently it's supposed to, like when you're getting shot in Call of Duty or The Matrix, whatever the hell games you guys play, jumping around and everything, every dumb dolphin dive and every jump you do, and every other stupid shit you do in Call of Duty, you'll feel it. Apparently I just felt a seizure or someone being electrocuted, possibly drowned, when a toaster thrown in and electrocuted. But basically, it's going to be, audio, visual, sensory theater. You know what I mean? So the Rumble Pack. Okay, so let's talk pro tips. I get asked a lot, like, you window me all the time. P250 headshot CSGO. What do you know? What kind of mouse do you use? You know I'm sponsored. He asked me what kind of mouse I use. It's a picture of a mouse in the back there, but here's the secret of the pros. You ever play Mario Paint? There's a little something special about that mouse, isn't there? Yeah, I thought so. It's a painting game. The Mona Lisa was painted. Too much precision needed to be precise about with the Mona Lisa. That hand had to be... Not all of us have hands like that. We'll be like, oh shit, guy come around the corner, P250 headshot, windowed. That's you guys. As for me, it's low DPI. On the fly adjustment. Most satisfying sounding clicks. And to make it more appealing to the like the old school kind of gamer, it even has a roller ball, mouse ball. You can take it out and clean it. Now, all you need to do is just, it's a small converter, and you use this as your main CSGO mouse. And I swear to God, your KDR will go up about 3-4 times, if not more. People will think you're hacking. They'll call you out on hacking. They'll be like, "You're not fucking Wind. How you doing this shit? How you windowing? P250 headshot. What the fuck?" M4, Galil, all over the place. Quad feed. Fucking, what is this, Quake? How you getting all these frags? What's this all about? Teabag. You know what I'm saying? You're probably wondering, right? Mario Paint. Okay, so now that we went over these tips and everything, I forgot to bring about, since that's the Nintendo mouse, I forgot to bring out what Nintendo's doing for the next gen. I just got a special early edition of everyone's favorite gaming magazine, GamePro. I was featured in the 125,734th issue of GamePro Magazine, premiere issue. Now this one here, as you can see, they're bringing up the Nintendo, Sega, Atari thing, mostly because the peripherals they're creating, especially the Atari THQ combination, and the Sega, and Relic acquisition or something like that. So basically, this is what blew my mind as soon as I opened it up. It mentioned exactly what Nintendo's doing. What's their tech? Everything else is child's play compared to this. It says cutting edge. Video game accessories enter the space age. That's all you ever need. Just look. That's automatic windowing right there. He's young, but he's got potential already. I mean, this thing right here looks like you're in Tron or something, you know? And I bet you just point your finger at the screen and maybe use one of those 160 buttons on the side. You know, like maybe those like for macros and key mapping and stuff, shit like that, you know? Trigger bot. But I bet, you know, no more DPI. It's just like get fucking window and P250 headshot, boom shakalaka boom, kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So then they have a whole article talking about it. Oh, and with the whole Atari bankruptcy, just so you guys know, the Atari 7800 is only $59.99 now, and the 2600 is only $39.99. It's a pretty good deal. You guys should probably jump on that before 2014 hits kicks in, and might start becoming expensive. So here we go, the cutting edge. This right here, this controller is called the U-Force. That's actually the console. Basically, it reads your soul. It thinks of anything that you've ever thought about that could be a sin. It brings you out of the purgatory of hell because you know you're a sinner. It then allows you to play the game after it brings you back. And it's based off of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. See? That's where Nintendo got the idea. They played Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon after smoking some really good pot. And as you can see, this kid over here, the little wind, little bit of orange in him. All he's doing is apparently jacking off motion with his power glove, and the screen's doing something. It looks like it's just a racing game that is going forward, but that really fast jerking off motion the kid's making apparently is making that car go, and that's just blowing my mind. And this whole like like Beavis and Butthead thing that's going on with the U-Force over here, that's intense. Maybe they'll make like a really good port of Xenoclash 2, or perhaps they'll go with like a Jackie Chan game. You know what I mean? That'd be sick. Rumble in the Bronx, the game, or just those boxing games that come out every year that always have the same guy on the cover. Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali or whatever, Michael Jordan or something like that. Yeah, so then they got some new big titles I should mention that are coming out. Gradius, The Goonies 2, a game called Xanac. Look, it's called Xanac. That game sounds like it's... As you can see, it seems like everything's inspired by Blood Dragon, doesn't it? Everything's very Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I don't know why they're ripping this all off. It's like all those games rip off Call of Duty. Wow. Adventure Island, Life Force. But Xanax sounds like it sends enter a different sound world test module. Hold different buttons to create different emotions via sound. Power up and then lose yourself inside both buttons. That doesn't make much sense to me actually reading it, but maybe guy in the system, maybe like your hands become the buttons or whatever, and you literally lose yourself because it does bring you to purgatory and hell. And with that said, it's either that or it's just a very cheap way to they ripped off, they just didn't have the X, they put a C instead, and maybe it's like one of their knockoffs of this right here, because who the hell would play that game? It sounds fucking like you're on acid in Alice in Wonderland and all of a sudden you found a game, you know what I mean? That's why I need one of these damn things reading about this crap. Wow. But you guys know I'm a PC gamer. That's why I gave you that pro tip about CSGO with that mouse. But let's get into some real PC talk. Remember Total Annihilation? You fucking better. If you don't, you should be annihilated and windowed. P250 headshot, boom shakalaka, motherfucker teabag. Total Annihilation. Probably the best RTS ever. Planetary Annihilation is a go, as you guys may know. Yeah. Think about them. Think about the children. And just, like the whole auction house thing with Diablo 3 was fucked up, right? But Battle.net is this new and improved thing. And now they have just Warcraft 2 that you can get for it for Windows 98, 95, and NT 4.0, and like that makes it for all that like error, like 3 whatever the hell it was, and a broken game that I hate, and hell, I mean, if you're not interested in suffering through Diablo 3 anymore, there's other alternatives, man. Neverwinter's groovy, you know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta get a little more old school. Welcome to the world, Norath. EverQuest 1. Or Into the Renaissance with Ultima Online Renaissance. This is the play guide. So, what's happening right now at the moment is I'm going to talk about first-person shooters aside from CSGO. Some pro talk, pro tips, wind-owned, if you headshot, get lit. Okay, now over here, we got Quake by id Software. Quake 2 by id Software. A little further back, you guessed it, Quake 3 by id Software. And then you can see Quake 4 by Raven Software. These are games. They exist. Think about it. All you fucking kids only play fucking Call of Duty. I swear to God, I hate you all. And then on the RPG front, we got our classic JRPGs like Final Fantasy 2 and shit like that, you know what I mean? And Final Fantasy, right in the corner there, that's the original. Mint condition, window, and the headshot, bush like a teabag, motherfucker. And, I mean, Baldur's Gate right there. Baldur's Gate 2. Baldur's Gate 2 is like the best fucking RPG ever. You know what I'm saying, man? So, like, think of alternatives. Be out the box. It doesn't have to be Fallout 6 or whatever the hell you're looking for. Play those games are made by doctors, man. Fucking Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Yeah. Back when Bioware still counted for something. Planescape Torment's another one. It's worth windowing and checking out. Can't be pro if you don't know Planescape Torment. Basically, the entire game you're figuring out like who you are and what's the meaning of life, as you possibly can join these different cults to like have different views on the meaning of life. And at the end of the game, it just like says that, like life doesn't exist and stuff, or you don't know. So it's basically how it started. It fucks with your head. Yeah. Plot synapses summary. Window and P2D headshot. Double tap. Don't come back. No more, no more. Always use joint rolling paper as a bookmark. Keeps it fresh. Since we're talking about CSGO, Quake 1, 2, 3, and 4, why not bring Cliffy B and Epic Games into it with UT 2003 and UT 3. Top 25 worldwide back on the first year of release. Windowed. P2 headshot. Shot combo back then, or flat cannon. Lightning gun. Sniper rifle. Anyway. Loot tests. Trans-dimensional travel, Bioshock Infinite. They both have a 3 in it. Might be like a sign, like the Booker DeWitt thing about the 123 times thing. Or different dimensional versions of Booker at that stage that could exist, or had existed. Well, he was 123rd, but in other words, I mean, more could have existed in parallel universes, but at that point they hadn't documented it. So maybe there's something going on here, because there's a 3-3 here, a 3 on the Command & Conquer back there, and there's a 2 on the battlefield, behind the battlefield. There's a 2 on that really bad version of EverQuest, EverQuest 2. So, think about it. The numbers, child, the numbers. So anyway, remember, if you want to get headshots like Wind, Pizza 50 headshot boom, Pizza 50, Mario Paint Mouse. You don't believe me? You want to keep using your Logitech G15 billion like fucking terrors and run around like an idiot? Go ahead. Pros knows. Windows. Oh yeah. Before I go, speed up your playability on the go. New LAN adapter. Made by Nintendo. If when you're playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken just to play as Lei Wulong because he's based after Jackie Chan. This is the brand new Razer made power clutch. As you saw, the Razer was working on that big gamepad for fighting games. Instead, they coincide with Sega and made it 3-button Sega style. And apparently a slow mode for when you're on a lot of drugs. Then you can put it back on like regular, not slow mode. Whatever the hell slow mode even means. Slow rat, take it easy. This never happened. This never happened. You are being windowed. You are being windowed. The show never happened. The show never happened. The show never happened.